Guy Ritchie is back in the gangster genre and I bloody love it. Hey everyone, I'm Jim and welcome back to my movie obsession, and it's time to talk about Guy Ritchie's new gangster film, The Gentleman. Now, Guy Ritchie is a director I do like. I love Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels. I like Snatch. I don't love it. I despise Revolver, which is the film he did in 2005, which is just bullshit personified. I absolutely love films like this, and I wish there were more films like this. I love the gangster genre. It's one of my favourite genres, and I love the old British gangster films, you know, Get Carter, Long Good Friday, Italian Job, 3 of my favourite films of all time, in my top, I think they're all in my top 10. I love how Guy Ritchie combines the kind of Tarantino-esque gangster style of Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction with the old school British gangster style, and I feel like that's what Guy Ritchie's flavour is. He really does combine those worlds, and he gives the energy and the enthusiasm and the swagger and the unpredictability of the kind of Tarantino vibe, but he gives the British grittiness, the intensity, the down and dirty, you know, the kind of geezer-esque of the old British gangster movies. And I just feel like it's a winning formula for Guy Ritchie, and he knows how to do it. He knows how to write these films, he knows how to deliver them. Obviously, with Revolver, he kind of went mad a bit and he lost his ability to deliver, but he has gained it back on The Gentleman. So this movie is of course about a gangster played by Matthew McConaughey who has a massive marijuana business, and basically his number one man, played by Charlie Hunnam, is basically visited at the start of the film by an older grizzled gangster, Hugh Grant, with this kind of campy edge to him, this kind of funny, charming swagger, who tries to blackmail him because he knows everything that's been going on. So basically Hugh Grant's character comes in and he tells the story of the film, gives it this voiceover because he knows all the events that have happened. I love the pressure cooker style of films like this, the unpredictability. You never know what is going to happen in films like this, and that's what I love about it. It really is just about egos and how egos just get out of control in the crime world and screw each other over. Just like Tarantino, Guy Ritchie is very, very good at set pieces. He has an amazing set piece between Charlie Hunnam's character and a bunch of teenagers. He has a run-in with these kind of teenagers who think that they're tough. And there's kind of this massive chase where he has to get a phone back from some teenagers. And it's just a prime example of the unpredictability. It's like, what is going on here? You know, it's so over the top. It's so crazy that he's having a war with literally children. But it's hilarious, it's entertaining, it's so much fun to watch. And there's also a scene where Matthew McConaughey is trying to intimidate a fellow gangster, kind of a boss. And that's a really, really intense scene, really, really good set piece, where he basically warns him not to mess with him. And that's what these films have going for them, you know, really interesting face-offs between characters, really interesting ways for characters to mess with each other, to get in each other's heads. And, you know, to end up in situations and chases and confrontations that just don't happen in regular life. And we have to talk about the Hugh Grant performance because he absolutely steals the show in this film. So he literally comes in and tries to control the situation, and all this, his little gestures here and there, you know. It's alluded that he is a gay gentleman, so he's got that campiness to him. And he's also written a script of everything he's relaying to the guy he's blackmailing. So he's kind of got a movie script, so he can tell the story in a movie-esque way. So it kind of has that breaking the fourth wall sort of thing, which I thought worked pretty well. So he's able to say, well, I injected that for a bit of action, I injected that for a bit of drama, that didn't actually happen this way, and then we had this scene, and then we had this. So it's kind of a parody of gangster movies as well. You know, the characters are well aware of what they're doing. So there really is this kind of energy, this not taking it seriously. Matthew McConaughey is really good in this. He's just got that confidence of a crime guy who's just got everything together. He's not willing to let anything get out of control, and he's willing to let that dark side out of him if anyone tries to mess with him. And, you know, he's got that reserved style to him, and, you know, he's really good in the film. Charlie Hunnam as his number one guy, I thought was really, really good in the film. He reminded me of Tom Hardy. He looked like Tom Hardy in Legend, where he plays the two Grey twins. I think he really had that kind of look and style to him. I like how this film has balls. This movie, it's over the top. It has stuff that you wouldn't have in a lot of modern day movies. It has balls to go places, and it makes sense because in this world, in this kind of crazy gangster world, these sort of things would be said, you know. So it's not an attempt where Guy Ritchie's trying to offend anyone through having this. It's kind of like with the Tarantino world where the gangsters talk in a certain way and they might say the N-word. They're not, you know, he's not trying to offend, he's just writing them how they would be. And I like how you can see an uncompromising look, and you don't have to have it neutered, and you don't have to have it watered down. This is not watered down. It's funny, it's campy, but the language is still there. You know, the when it needs to be, the darkness is still there. It's nice to see Guy Ritchie have that charm back that he had in Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels. I just had a smile on my face for the whole film watching this. It's just the sort of movie I love. I love the gangster genre so much. I feel like when it's done well, it's so much fun. It's one of the best genres, and it's just one of the best ways to have a zany movie experience, like an escapist movie experience. It's the craziness of every character, the way that a character can just be beyond anything you've ever experienced in regular life. So just, you know, it gives you a chance to safely experience that other side of the world. Thanks for watching, everyone. What did you think of The Gentleman? I think Guy Ritchie is back on form. I didn't actually see Aladdin. I know Guy Ritchie did Aladdin. I've been told it's pretty good, as the Sherlock Holmes movies as well. So he might have been back on form. The last one I saw was Revolver, which never watch. Never watch Revolver. It is like illness. But this is really, really good. I give it 4.5 stars. I absolutely loved The Gentleman. It's so much fun. I had a smile on my face for the whole film, and it's good to see Guy Ritchie injecting some energy, you know, some fun back into movies, some grittiness, some ballsiness. And it's great to see Hugh Grant with a performance that stands out from his others and makes him, you know, up on the next pedestal of actors. I'm sure he's done lots of performances where he does something different. I've always thought of him as a romantic comedy guy. I might have to get more into Hugh Grant's films because he really does transform into this character, and he does dominate the film. He really steals the show. Let me know what you think of The Gentleman in the comments down below. Do you think Guy Ritchie is back on form? If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys next time.